He's here, Mr. Professional. Let's go. Didn't get that one very professional, did I? I've got an intro and everything now. How cool's that? I couldn't do it this morning because I was still in bed. But we give Arnie a bit of time to get out of bed. I hope he's not windswept over there in lovely Florida because it's been a bit windy. So good afternoon everyone and welcome to my live stream. I've got an intro, got an outro, got it all organised. Doesn't take long, does it? 42 people viewed it yesterday, so let's see if we can get more in today. The best one I ever did was when I was sat on that balcony in Spain. It must have been the backdrop. It can't have been me. Looking out over the mountains outside Benidorm. Anyway, I was going to change the music, but I didn't really have time. Well, to be honest, I actually forgot before I went live. But anyway, I'm probably going to talk to myself for half an hour. But we didn't yesterday, so let's see. So I ain't got a cup of tea today because I've left it downstairs, but all things good. I've got my little thing on so I can have a little toot. Obviously, it's not a vape show, but I do have a vape. BVG, how you doing? Good evening, pop pickers. Taximan 2002, you should be at work. I'm just here for 30 minutes and I've got to have a dinner and get to work. I've got used to a little bit too much of a laid-back lifestyle, and if you don't watch it, you start putting on doing videos and live streams before you're supposed to be at work and then getting there late. Well, go and get it. Get what? No, you're all right. Don't matter. There's only a bit left in the bottom anyway. I can give it half an hour. So what are you doing today then, John? Are you back out working, or are you having a day off? That was brilliant, that Amish, that pop pickers, because you always think of that, don't you? Harry Enfield and his mate. Was it Bachman Turner Overdrive? You ain't seen nothing yet? I can't remember what they used to have, the same song every time. Like, hello, pop pickers. It just adds a little bit of something at the background, really, because then if I stop talking, there's already a noise going on. My public need me. They do. I need them as well. I'm off to Benidorm in a couple of weeks and I need to save up. I've just got back off my holidays and the cupboard's a little bit bare. Now, I've turned the mic up a bit and the music down a bit, but I think it makes a pretty good sound, this, to be honest. I just need to add a few more songs in on the track pads and then we'll be all right. Just getting ready to go to work, yep. I'm there while about 2 a.m, so I'm allowed to stay off while 2 today, because I think anybody over the age of 55 what works more than 12 hours a day needs to really evaluate their life, really, don't they? I really should have maybe changed these songs, because we had them on all day yesterday, didn't we? Paul Whitehouse, that was it, Paul Whitehouse, yeah. That was brilliant. There's still bits of that keeps coming up on my TikTok, and they were before the time, weren't they? The one with the rich hotel owner, that bloke. Excuse me, am I considerably more wealthy than what you are? That bloke there. We all know him, don't we? I've met him loads of times abroad, to be honest. Anyway, time for the next one. I'm getting sorted with this. Look at that smooth transition. Yeah, Paul Whitehouse, yeah. In Milk Brill. Loads of money. That was his other one, wasn't it? We all knew one of them, XR3. Post Design Blackberry. Nokia 8800 Scirocco. I had some lovely comments back about that Blackberry. It was smashing. One bloke asking me if he bought one, if it would still work. Although the full video did explain to him that they'd actually turn the servers off, so it probably wouldn't. But you know how people are. They both got 2,200 views each on them. I put one up about a Motorola the other day and it's starting to get a bit of traction, but it was a bit iffy for a start. 19 views after about 19 hours. You know that one's never going to make a big splash, do you? Anyway, approaching 5,000 subscribers now. YouTube Promote is a marvellous thing. I just need the watch time hours to start making a bit of money. Stavros, yeah. Hello, matey peeps. Everybody knew a Stavros, didn't they, back in the day? So I think most of the kebab shop owners now are Albanian. So I had a marvellous day yesterday. Took a few quid. I got my first £50 note since they went plastic. Apparently it's bound to be fake, but anyway, we'll see. I don't think it is. It looks fine to me. Picked a lady up from the station for a £5 fare. Oh, I've only got 50. All right, must be awful for you. How many of them have you got? Apparently, though, if you go down to, I suppose it's the same way you are in Edinburgh, Amish, they're actually currency. In London, they come out of cash machines because everything's over 50 quid anyway. But you don't see them very often round here. I think in the last 10 years, I've probably had 4. Now, I saved 3 of them in the back of my travel wallet, and we went and stayed in Gibraltar on the that posh floating hotel. And I went down the next morning because everything you had to put it on your room key. So there you had to settle your bill up the next day, which was quite interesting. And I went down and I owed £150 and I pulled them out like that and dropped them on the counter like I was somebody. There was a lot of people walking around with pink jumpers tied around the necks, shouting really loudly, who you could actually tell didn't have any money. But that's the way it is. Sorry, Glasgow. Sorry. I've only known you about 15 years. Sorry. Me and my memory, I've got dementia, you know. Here's another one for you. My dad got in touch last week and he said, I really appreciate that Carlos One brandy that you bought me back. He said, there's a nice set of AirPods in there as well. Apparently Sue had dropped them in the bag as she got off the aeroplane, so she's got them back now. That'd have been a bonus, wouldn't it? But a bottle of Carlos One and a free set of AirPods. I'm pleased she bought them because she uses them that infrequently. She didn't even know she'd lost them, to be honest. She usually wears them on the aeroplane, and then that's about it then for another 3 or 4 months. So I got my first. Hello, Neil Pitts. How you doing? I've got to watch for when my music runs out. It's all right. I know where I am. Look at that. Smooth transition. Smooth. Next thing I'm going to be on Smooth Radio. All right, I'm getting in the shower with BVG. He's got an amazing beard. Have you got some beard oil? I'll rub it in for you. That sounded a bit gay, didn't it? No, forget that. Anyway, when you leave an old mobile phone in your wardrobe forever, that's what happens to your battery. The state of that. I've got a few of them, to be honest, as I've started looking through these old phones. I looked to get, I've got a Motorola V3 that's still in excellent condition. I was going to do a video on that, so I took the back off, and sure enough, the battery's gone fat. £18 off Amazon for another battery. Hey, that for a drum roll. Anyway, what was I on about? I need to write things down because I'm that thick. Be pleased to hear from Arnie today because I don't know whereabouts in Florida he is. I think he's down in Miami, but it was there was a lot of people on TikTok posting videos and it was getting awfully bloody windy there. You don't have an amazing beard. You better than me, I can't grow a beard. I get it within about 3 or 4 days of it and it's gone. I actually grew one when I was on holiday. If you look at that live, I look like some old crooner. I've got a silver beard and silver hair. I think it lasted a week before it went. Oh, that was it. I got muted on TikTok. It's the second time that's ever happened, and the last time was somebody with special needs, and I don't know what was wrong with him, but he just liked to mute everybody. But I popped on and said something quite nice to people, and they got a moderator on there that obviously really needed to be in charge of everything, so they popped me off the rest of the live. Made a recipe and tested it out. It's a cranberry orange soda. Quite nice. The only thing I struggle with orange. I always get that, whether it's the orange I bought, I always get that baby aspirin medicine. It's never nice. It always tastes fake. That'd be nice with a bit of champagne in there. I don't know. There's a massive list, isn't there, of things you can't say. And I'm approaching 60 and I don't know most of them, so... You know what I mean? I mean, it was. I used to pick a lady up, and her son had. I can't remember what her. And she used to collect for the Spastic Society. And she was like 90 years old, and she was still doing it. And that was what it was called. And they changed it over to something else. And she said, I don't know why they changed the name. She said, it was a lot easier. People used to know what it was. She didn't see any value in the name whatsoever. I think they changed it over to Mencap, didn't they? And she said, it's all just gone mad. She said, at the time, I mean, I don't know if he's still alive, but she said he was in his 60s, and she looked after him every day since he was a child. And you know, gone round, 86 years old, going around collecting for to raise money for to send him out on trips and stuff. Forgot to turn that one off. That's what happens when you play 2 at once. And so I would say she was really indignant by it, but anyway. But they change the name every other week, don't they? Gets on your nerves. Go ahead and get to jail, yeah. You can't say anything back to anybody. Anybody can say anything to you. You can't say anything back. Otherwise they lock you up. If you say, you know... Anyway, we're not going into that too much because I'll probably get cancelled from life. I'll probably get muted from TikTok. What it was, there was a transgender woman. And thinking back on it now, it probably was a bit insensitive, but from the way my brain thinks. Oh, there you go then. It'd probably be full of sugar as well. If it's from the States. I don't know. Anyway, so I went on and there's this good-looking lady with a really gruff voice, and they just said it actually looks like a voiceover. You know what I mean? That because it looked that much like a woman as she wants to be. And anyway, muted, gone, finished. So whether I was insensitive or not, I don't know. They do put a lot of hurdles in front of you nowadays, don't they, to fall over. I tend to like sugar-free stuff, to be honest, so I'm not really into... if I get... A friend of mine drinks full-fat Coke, and I go away with him on a regular basis, and if he goes to get around it and we're on the vodkas, he'll come back with full-fat Coke, and I have a job to drink it. It's like drinking sludge. It's just... ugh. But he does it every time. So... But I'm just... Actually, saying that, Zero. I used to like Coke Zero, but I had some the other night, and I wasn't very keen on that. I'll have to ring Arnie up, see how he is. It's probably never even got to him, to be honest. I've got a friend in Tampa and a friend in Alabama, and the other year it was going to go straight up the middle of Alabama, and he'd have been straight for the eye of it, and it just turned right and cleared off. Never got anywhere near him, so... That's the thing with nature, isn't it? Yeah, I really need to load some more music up, and this is getting a bit boring, isn't it, really? But it sounds quite cool, doesn't it? It's coming up to my taxi badge time now. Thankfully, I've got that CRB thing. I have it live all the time, so they can just download it from there. So I've booked the eye test in for next Wednesday. I just need to book the medical now. £109 for a medical, about 250 quid for the licence. However much it is for an eye test. Asda's doing, let's read them down as they are. Asda's doing 30 cans of Coke or Diet Coke for a tenner. That's not bad, is it, really? That's really good. We ain't got an Asda here, though. I'd have to drive to Scunthorpe, which is 17 miles away, or Lincoln, which is equally far. And you have to stop commenting on people's posts on Facebook. I've been in Facebook jail 4 times. That's the problem, isn't it? I'm not anything. I'm not racist or sexist or anything. I treat everybody with the respect that they want. But sometimes they're not the same, are they? They want to be offended in some cases, and you just don't stand a chance. Generally, what I do, if somebody says, "Oh, you've just misgendered me," I go, "Bye," and walk off. You know, don't bring me into your thing. I won't offend you if I don't speak to you, so I'll just not speak to you. Which I think is a lot easier to do. So that's what I do. I've got a son who's an addict, and one of the conversations I had with the mental health people, they said, is he gay? I said, if all this has been about that, this is a bit of a sad thing. Because I said, I don't care what they are, you know, as long as they're healthy. So, and he isn't, but well, he's not anything because he just doesn't bother. But it would have been a shame. Because nobody in this house would have ever said anything to him. They just said, oh, well, bring your fella home then. Let's have some dinner. Let's get drunk. My daughter's partner. Right, dickhead. Anyway, she's got rid of him, so that's the main thing. Did you see my Facebook posts, Amish? We finally got him to stop bothering her. One thing about a narcissist, they don't like to be exposed for being one. As far as they're concerned, it's all your fault. They're just relentless as well. It's just every day they want to tell everybody how you've done them wrong. They're an absolute nightmare. Well, he was anyway. Just making jokes and putting memes up in their comments. No one has a sense of humour, no, they don't. Now, the English sense of humour was like Bill's is about the same, even though he comes from Kentucky. His sense of humour is very, very similar to mine, so it's a sarcastic thing. So it's like a not joke, basically. That basically explains the British sense of humour, should I say? I'm sort of in a construction background, and if you'd sort of if you the weekend, if you've had your ears cut off when you got there on a Monday morning, they just said to me, "Hey up, mate, where are you going to hang your glasses now?" That's the way they were. They were absolutely evil. Yeah, he's mental. Yeah, he's definitely mental. I've warned him off a few times, and obviously there's no option. I'm nearly 60 years old, and you know, like, it's my youngest two grandchildren's father, so there's no option for, you know, unarmed combat, shall we say. So I've been trying my absolute hardest to get him to stop doing it. I've told him quite a few times to pack it in, and anyway, he wouldn't. So I was going on holiday, and I thought, well, I can't leave her putting up with that crap when I'm not here, so we better bring it to the forefront, shall we say. Yeah, we've got a lot of Karens here. They start with something. He's a bit like that. They start with something they know they can't possibly have, and then go absolutely demented when they can't get it. And all they're after is attention. So you just starve them of attention, and it drives them insane because they're not bothered whether it's negative or positive. It can be awful attention that they're getting, but they still relish it. They love it. Absolutely love the attention. So what you do have to do is you just starve them of oxygen, and it doesn't let them breathe anymore. It's the only way to do it. It's the only way to do it, especially with people like him. I just blank him completely as if he's dead, and that's it. That's all I will ever do. I'll never speak to him ever again. Job done. That one's got a bit of a longer intro, so I need to plan it a bit better. I need to put some more on, really. You can't just keep playing these all the time. I've got about 50,000 to go out, I think, on Epidemic Sound. I started using Epidemic Sounds about 3 years ago, and I found them really good. They're not too pushy. Now, the software that I use to do the video editing, they're a pain. Filmora. They sold me a life's license, and then they keep wanting you to upgrade on it. And then what they do with the last update, so after a while you update it, and then after the last update, what they do before the next thing that they release, they put a flaw in it, so you've got no choice but to upgrade to the next one. Yeah, I'm good at ignoring folks. Yeah, it does. Yeah, because you have to starve them. Because if you say something back, they'll argue against it, and I do it in the cab. I just say, well, I'm not talking to you anymore, and then they'll start going, yeah, but I'm not very happy about it. So, well, I'm not talking to you anymore. And you don't answer another question. You just say, I'm not speaking to you again. That's the end of it. If you want to get out, get out after you've paid me, but I am not speaking to you anymore about anything else. That's it. All done. Is that what you did with Lulu? Starve with attention. I've only had about, I think 2 or 3 people who were recognisable. One was that singer that I can't remember, Lucy Silvers. I had her in the cab, took her to the airport. She cried all the way there. And John Virgo, he was absolutely lovely. Apparently, is he no longer with us or not very well or something? He was a smashing fella. Most smartly dressed person I've ever seen. And I've been ignored by King Charles twice now. So next time I meet him, we're done. The thing is with him, they recognise, I think, certainly the English way, and I'm not saying this for the Scottish way, but for the English way, is if you've got a few quid, they imagine that they're better than what you are. But I don't care. I don't care if you're a millionaire or a pauper. I'll talk to you just the same. You know, I mean, you get people around here and they're really down on their luck, and I just talk to them. Just talk to them just the same. You know, if you get somebody what's got addictions and stuff like that, and they'll be complaining about this, that, and they'll say, well, you know the only way to sort this out, and you know it, but you've been doing it, you're 50 years old, and it ain't going to change now, so just get on with your life and stop worrying about it. Oh, I should do this, and I need to do that. Yeah, but you're never going to. You're never going to stop doing it. So, you know, nobody else can actually stop you doing it, so stop complaining about it. There's only one person can stop you doing something, and that's yourself. Well, unless you lock you up for it. But there's no point. There's no point in worrying about things that you can't change. I mean, it must be awful if you're addicted to something. Thankfully, I've never been. But that drive to... I mean, I've done stupid things, like one bit I used to buy things off eBay. That's why I've got all these phones, to be really honest, about... and we'll get onto that in a minute. Yeah, I started buying things off eBay, and I used to just buy loads of stuff and got in loads and loads of debt just buying shit off eBay, thinking I was going to sell it on and make a profit on it. Absolutely no chance whatsoever. And it took me years to get that sorted out. I think the PPI man shone on me, but now I don't buy anything. Since I've come back off holiday, I need to get some money in, and I've not bought one thing apart from a YouTube promotion. Not beers, not anything, nothing at all. Joan Collins cleared off without paying me. Had to shout her back. She's not used to paying, you see, darling. Was she nice? I bet she was. She appears to be fun, but probably a little bit hard work, maybe. I picked John Virgo up and it was only like £3.50. He said, how much is that, mate? I said, it's no, John, you're all right. You get yourself off. Like. No. I said, yeah, get yourself off. I said, I owe you that for give us a break. John Paul Glasgow. There you go. Two people from Glasgow in the same room and they're not fighting. That's not too bad, is it? That's unusual. You two, if you got chatting, you'd actually be able to understand what you're saying. It's a very strong accent, the Glaswegian accent, isn't it? No, not a word said, no. But when I get in your cab, Hamish, I'll talk to you, mate, all the way there. How's that? I'll not have an entourage either. I suppose in some cases, like when you finish work and, you know, you're getting in, you just want to get home. But if you've made a living out of being recognised, you can't be surprised when you've been recognised, really, can you? Anybody for a round of applause? Come on, eh? It must be difficult. I know when we used to go to the pub. It's very rare I do it now. Thanks for the packs. Wash your own back. Get your wife to do it. You massage your feet. John Paul and me wouldn't get on, if you know what I mean. Ah, right, I see. All right. There you go then. You'll be able to have a scrap. How do you know what football team he supports? Can you sense it? John Paul's just retracted a message. What was that? Was that get T fuck? It must have been offensive. We're all friends here. Good. Started some more drama. I'll be getting deleted again. I'm going to work, mate. I'll be at work for 2:00, and basically most of my weekends are taken up for working. it's just what I do for a living. I drive a cab for a living, and everybody wants to go somewhere on a weekend and not so much during the week, so I tend to get stuck in. And that's when I make my money. I do all right at it, to be honest. But you do have to, Amy will tell you, because he drives a cab as well, you do have to get stuck in. I think John's gone. John Paul, come back. It's the second time I've been muted in 3 hours. He's back. Here we go. Kick off in aisle 3. It's holiday weekend. Every week. Is your wife back yet? Yeah, there's a lot more work on the weekend, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's what you've got to do, though. You've got to be there when, it's no good sort of doing my job and expecting to work 9 to 5. You'd be quite disappointed. There's a lot more people, obviously, weekend nights and stuff like that. You work till later, and then when it gets to 11 o'clock at night here, it goes on to a bigger, higher tariff, and you can make some money. You have to work we have bank holidays over here. You call them holiday weekends. We have to work bank holidays as well. That makes you money. The day after Christmas, we call it Boxing Day over here. I always work that. I just have Christmas Day off. Christmas Eve right up until 1 or 2 in the morning. I work that. And then I'll work Boxing Day as well. It's just what you have to do. 17th of October. I bet it's quiet in your house. Is your daughter living with you? Or are you home alone? I know since Lou's been poorly, Sue spends quite a lot of time over there, so I haven't seen her since Wednesday night, and I'll not see her till tomorrow morning, because she comes back at 3 o'clock and she's at work for 4 now. They've stopped. She's not doing nights anymore. She works 3 p.m. till 11 p.m. Or is it 4 p.m. 11 p.m. So I saw her all day Wednesday, which didn't used to be a thing. And then she was gone at 9 o'clock yesterday morning, and so I'll not see her well tonight. But it's just life, isn't it? I've told her to spend as much time as she possibly can. You couldn't deal with people like I do. You'd be surprised, to be honest. 99.9% of people are absolutely fantastic. But you always get that point. Home alone, I had to do a video call to work the washing machine. That's it. Obviously, we've been married 40 years this year. And there's sometimes when I'm jokingly, supposedly arguing with my wife, I'll say to her, just teach me how to use that washer and get out. And anyway, she doesn't. 40 years, 10th of November. My granddaughter's 4 years old, same day. It's a strange thing, isn't it? When you, I didn't realise if you leave the shower doors open and there's nobody in, there's nobody to complain about it. I suppose it's the same as if a tree falls over in an empty wood. Does it still make a noise? I've got the cat anyway. It was chucking it down here last night, and he didn't know if he wanted to go out or not, and he plagued the life out of me. I even sent a video to my wife. I said, look at this. Every time he comes back from the cattery, he's got another bad habit. And his bad habit now is driving me insane. He's a little bugger, to be honest. 38 years, 25th of October. There you go. Oh, so she's back in time then. She'll be able to take you out and wine and dine you. Right, I better go. Give it another 2 or 3 minutes, and I better leave you to it, because I say I need. I'm at the point where I need to push myself a little bit more. I've got a little bit. Supposed to be out for 2, go out at 3:30. You know what I mean? Get there a little bit too late for the action, and the rewards don't come back. But if you get stuck in, you should know yourself. If you get stuck in, you can usually do all right. And I would think it'll be a pay weekend this weekend. So that should be quite good. Hopefully we should make a few quid. I'm looking forward to Benidorm, I'll be honest, with the lads. That was nice. I was there the other week, took my wife round. She wasn't really into it, but she put up with it for a while. But I used to love going to Holland, but it's got so expensive over there. It's a little bit pointless. Oh, get the tax bill paid. Yeah, I'm going to go as well. Go get a sandwich, get on the road. Yeah, keep busy. And you too, mate. Hopefully it'll be busy for you. Anyway, thanks everyone for popping in. It's I do enjoy doing this. It's just nice to have a little chat to people. And hope you have a really good day. Catch you all soon.